Oh my god. Jesus Christ. That was a lot to take in.
Welcome to another episode of First Reaction Fan Reaction. I'm your host, Dara Whitman, and here with me is my lovely co-host,
Cailin Clothier.
Cailin, we have some stuff to discuss.
Boy, howdy, do we have a lot of things to discuss.
Yes, so first of all, I learned that, if you cut open a hot dog a bit, that's what a bifurcated penis looks like.
Oh, did you try this?
No, I
Did
just...
you just, chop up, you're just like...
I might have done a bit more Googling.
Oh, no, did you see pictures?
I saw one.
Oh, no.
That's how I know this. Also... I'm
glad we could figure out that mystery.
Something I learned after our live show.
Yeah.
So this is a scene from Suicide Squad, which is what we did our live show on.
Yeah.
And it's the interrogation scene with the Joker and the cop guy.
Right.
Cailin, who is that?
I thought when we were watching it, I was like, oh, holy shit, is that...
It's art.
It is.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we could tie that all
I
together.
was on the Wikipedia stuff, and I'm like, oh. And then I saw he was in Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny because we were watching it. I was like, I think that's her, but I don't want to say anything if it's not. And it was. Oh my god. So, wow.
Yeah, he was in Suicide Squad. He still got Orphan Black though.
Oh yeah.
All right.
My boy.
So that happened. Anyway, we got some episodes to discuss.
We certainly watched some episodes today, guys, and I'm not emotionally ready. I was not.
Okay, so we're still watching Orphan Black. We're still in season 4. We're at the halfway point.
Yes.
And from what I have been looking through with halfway points of Orphan Black seasons, this is when shit gets real.
And it's certainly real.
Everything is revealed.
Yes.
So we are going to be discussing season 4, episode 5, Human Raw Material, and episode 6, A Scandal of Altruism.
So that certainly was a scandal, I guess. All right, let's get started.
Let's discuss episode 5, the fun one.
Yeah, that was way more fun. Let's do it. Let's talk about that one. I had a good chuckle.
You had several good chuckles. Allison's in it a little bit. She doesn't do a ton. But basically her thing's slightly... Donnie's doing stuff with Cosima, so we'll talk about him later.
Yeah.
And, so the big thing that's kind of revealed is Art finds out about the drug dealing.
Oh, yeah. He's like, a lot of people find out about the drug dealing because they were kind of keeping that under wraps from a lot of people.
Yeah.
But, not anymore.
And we also learned that Helena went away and took some camping gear.
Yes.
And that's kind of all that Allison does.
Yeah, and then, Helena does send a text message that we see for half a second.
To Sarah.
To Sarah.
I'm okay.
It's like, it's all good.
Yep.
But we don't know what she's doing, what she's up to.
Let's talk about Crystal.
Oh, yes, let's talk about Crystal.
Thank God for Crystal. Let's think about this.
You know what? It's so funny because anytime Crystal's on screen, because she's the most basic of bitches, but I always kind of enjoy it when she's on screen because she's another character who I feel like she falls into the same category as Allison as the last person you'd expect to be wrapped up in all this shit, but that they make it so much fun because it's somebody you're not used to seeing in that kind of stuff, and then they're get involved. It's good. So anytime she's on screen, I'm a little interested.
Well, we start off, she's in a self-defense class.
Yeah, she's ready to kick butt.
Good for her. Good for her.
Good for her. She's gonna need it.
Mm-hmm. And then her plotline doesn't really intersect. Well, it kind of intersects with Cosima and Donnie's, but basically they're so with Cosima they find out that there's an exclusive sort of orientation thing at Brightborn,
right?
And Crystal goes to that. And then kind of interludes with Donnie and not really. She doesn't really see Cosima, but she knows with Donnie a bit. And because Donnie and Cosima are there for the orientation, Cosima is posing as a surrogate,
right?
Which at first kind of confused me because I'm like, you guys know Beth has been in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when people recognize her. Because they said that before, that's why Allison never went in.
Right, but Cosima has a different enough look that I think through just glancing.
I think she had a different enough look, but then they're like, wait, well, how many of them actually would remember?
Right.
Because they probably didn't see Beth much, but Evie would remember. So that's kind of the bigger problem. But Evie's there, so that's they're kind of
yeah, exclusive. She's here today, and you're like, oh, the last day we want her to be here.
So while Cosima's doing her own thing, which we'll get to. Donnie's trying to distract Crystal by pretending to be an employee and giving her a massage.
Trying to get information out of her.
He gets some because, like, apparently she like has information about a French doctor.
Yes. And Donnie's like, Dr. Cormier.
Well, like, she kind of knows what's going on.
She's like so close to the real truth, but she's not quite there yet.
Because she's all like, no, because there's with the cosmetic thing. And then she said, like, there's an article about this woman who, like, had eyelids growing out of her teeth. But, like...
Oh, teeth growing out of her eyelids.
That, too.
Every time she blinked, it crunched.
Yeah, but then, like, you're looking at the magazine article and you're like, this looks like a tabloid.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if I trust it.
But, there's a good point.
Yeah.
But who knows? With this show, anything is real.
And she, like, thinks she's a whistleblower.
Yeah. And then like that guy who had to go to Russia.
And then there's, like, this, like, whole mix-up thing because, like, Evie sees Crystal. And then they're like, all right, we got to get her. We got to, like, she's here. And then Susan says, let me talk to her. But she ends up talking to Cosima. And then Susan says, no, that's not, because I think Crystal's Sarah. So that's a problem. So then Susan says, that's not Sarah, that's Cosima. And then I'm like, all right, bring her in. And they get Crystal. And Susan's like, that's not either of them. It's a mess. Anyway, actually, we can talk about Sarah for a bit because she doesn't have, like, I think the main crux of it is Cosima in this episode. Cosima and Donnie mainly. So, Sarah just wants to spend the day with Kira, which is nice.
Yeah, they're having some mother-daughter time.
And, like, Sarah wants to find out about Kira's dream that she told Cosima about. And because Kira's, like, doesn't really want to, she, like, doesn't, because Kira doesn't see them as dreams. They're, like, feelings.
Right.
Which we'll get to. But they're spending the day together, especially because, like, Sarah's been running around a lot and being a bit stressed out with, the Magabot.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
They find out that the gene connection thing that Felix used to find Adele is owned by Brightborn.
Yes.
So,
Wah, wah.
We're suspicious.
Yeah.
I would say a bit too suspicious. A little bit. If you
yeah, Sarah is, like, needs to calm down.
She's being a bit of an asshole.
Yeah, she is.
So, Sarah decides to go surprise Felix with a visit, her and Kira, and then Adele's there, and they're just, like, kind of chilling. And Kira likes Adele. I like Adele.
Yeah, she's fun.
Baby has some liver problems.
Probably.
But she seems fun.
Yeah.
She seems nice. So Sarah then calls Scott and says, hey, can you do a DNA sample, or, like, the gene thing? And, Scott's like, yeah, okay, like, after a discussion, basically finding out where Cosima is.
Right.
So that happens, and then Sarah gets the samples, and then her and Kira scurry off, but invites them over for dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the thing is, it's supposed to be, like, a safe house, right? But Felix is, like, pissed. Are we talking about that, or are we talking about the thing earlier?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So, like, yeah, Felix is, like, pissed because he finds out about the...
Yeah, Sarah keeps, like, telling him stuff.
Yeah, well, I think she's just, like, pissed at him, so she wants to kind of, like, show it in his face, and he's like...
She's pissed, but I'm just, like... And I kind of get it, because it's kind of like a thing of, like, no, like, just because she's your blood doesn't mean she's, like, your family. I'm your sister.
Right.
So, like, you understand, like, it's really selfish.
Yeah, like, she's definitely, like, putting her own feelings instead of, like, having reasonable suspicions.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, like, in this universe, like, it is okay to have reasonable suspicions.
Right.
But, like, come on. So then they have, like, they have a nice dinner, and there's, like, a bit of arguing, and Sarah keeps trying to, like, pull, like, into Adele, like, hey, like, why'd you use this company?
Yeah.
And, like, that kind of, like, Adele's kind of being, like, not, like, honest about it, like, the commercials, I don't know.
Yeah, like, she's just like, just, like, that's how it is.
And then Felix is getting mad, because, he would be. And then Sarah gets the call, and, like, what were you thinking when she got that call where you're like...
I thought they were definitely gonna be siblings, so like, I thought she was gonna, like, apologize or something, and she's like, but she, like, reveals, she, like, shows a hand, she's like, oh yeah, I had your guys' DNA test to make sure you're siblings, and, like, you are. Okay, bye.
And then she does kind of apologize, but I think she's more, like, upset, because, like, she kind of realizes, like,
yeah,
I shouldn't have done this.
Yeah, maybe she was a jerk about the whole thing.
She was! We acknowledge that, and then she has a little talk with Kira, and Kira kind of explains, like, I feel when your sisters are, like, upset, or, like, I can feel, like, when they're feeling stuff, like, when Helena's lonely and Cosima's sad, Rachel's angry, other ones I don't understand, like, other ones I don't see, And then Sarah kind of realizes, oh, these aren't dreams. These are kind of like, she just constantly feels this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's constant, but like.
Right. She's very empathic.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, and Kira kind of wants to know why, and Sarah's like, I can't explain it, but like, it's still kind of there. Mm-hmm. So that's fun. All right, I want to get to the meat.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes.
I would also say this is funny because after, when Donnie starts asking Crystal a bunch of questions, and Crystal's like, how do you know my name? How do you know this person's name? And then just kind of beats up Donnie a bit.
Yeah, he's trying to, like, be like, no, wait, like, I'm on your side. But he looks way too suspicious, so she beats him the heck up. Which he kind of deserved it, because he wasn't really doing that well.
Donnie did not deserve it.
He didn't, like, deserve it, but, like, he put himself in a bad position there.
Yeah, all right. So, Cosima. So, they're going to, go to this orientation thing. For Brightborn, and originally it was gonna be him and because they weren't gonna make Felix, they were saying doing something else. So it was gonna be him and the surrogate who was gonna be Allison, but Allison was kind of busy with like a bunch of stuff, but she was gonna go anyway. But the Cosima's like, hey, like I know what the science says, I'm gonna go. Like, how about I go?
Right.
So then Cosima goes, and her name she's going under the name Ava.
Yes.
And they're around for orientation, and it turns out Evie's there, which is not good, because like we said, she knows what a clone looks. She knows what a Lita clone looks like.
As we've seen evidenced before when she was like, oh, is that a Lita clone? Never saw one up close.
And also, like we said, Susan's also there, so it's kind of just like a mess. But Donnie kind of stays with the orientation stuff, and Cosima is trying to like run around and like see if she can find anything.
Yes.
And then there's like all of so Cosima she basically is like taking pictures of stuff and like running around. Yeah,
investigating.
Yeah, and then it's like honestly Brightport it seems like a nice like facility, like as long like if you're not like staying there, it's like
yeah, if you're passing through, it looks great.
If you're passing through, it looks fine, and like like good neonatal care, whatever.
Right.
And like it has like there's like the one baby and like a couple like we see a picture of a couple babies and they seem fine.
Yeah. Fine.
I feel like some of the babies are fine. Like the one baby that Donnie was like holding.
Oh, that was a cute baby.
It was a cute baby.
Oh.
And you're saying they were pissing on adoption a bit.
They were like low key pissing on adoption.
I don't think they were pissing on adoption. They were like, oh, we would have liked like we were close to adoption, and I'm sure we would have loved it, but then we wanted like that one more effort.
Well, no, because the doctor was like, he's like, well, every human has an innate need to reproduce and blah, blah, blah. And basically saying, like, yeah. So, like, it was basically like, yeah, well, everybody wants to have babies. So, and it's great if everybody has babies.
I would say
you're low-key pissing on adoption there.
But he's a doctor at Brightborn, so he's also a bad guy.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Yeah. So, yeah, like, they weren't pushing that message, but, like, they were doing
I don't think they put the message. I think they're saying, because even Donnie was like, when he held the baby, I think they could feel like there's a difference between, like, adopting a child like and like having your own like I'm not pissing on adoption either, I think it's a great thing,
right?
Anyway, back to the plot. So Cosima's just walking around she talks to Susan for a bit because they have a non-disclosure agreement when she looks at and basically there's like the one thing of like if you don't use your eggs within like it was like 2.5 years Brightborn gets to keep them, and so that doesn't seem good. No, not at all. It's like, what are you doing with those embryos? She also steals Susan's key card.
Nice.
And she finds this, like, she gets, there's like a semi-mix up with her and Crystal again.
Yeah. Oh, I thought the note about the dimples was really interesting.
Oh, yeah. They said also the Brightborn babies have dimples.
Which is, like, genetically, like, very, very, very unlikely.
Unless you're, like, doing it specifically.
Yeah, unless you're gene line editing, which is risky.
What's the big deal with dimples? Illegal. Like, I don't get that.
I think it's a recessive trait.
No, I'm saying, like, why do people care if your kid has dimples?
I don't know. Some people think they're cute. Some people don't.
But you still have a cute smile even if you don't have dimples. Like, I don't think I have dimples.
No, you don't.
I don't have dimples, but I've been told I have a nice smile. You have dimples.
I don't, not my normal smile, but, like, I can, like, force them. See, I can force them.
You got a little bit.
If I smile like this, I don't have them.
A little bit. Anyway. So there's that, and Cosima actually gets to this, like, area. First of all, she sees this woman just, like, on a bed screaming and writhing in pain. Yeah. A very pregnant woman.
Yeah, and which part of it seems like that's suspicious, but then a part is like, yeah, childbirth just be like that.
Well, you can tell she's also, like, upset about something else besides the childbirth.
Right, exactly.
And you see this facility, you see, like, all of these women who are, like, pregnant and, like, in this, like, area, and you're kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
I remember like rewatching it, I was like, oh wait, did they kidnap these women? They didn't They're
being compensated.
They're being paid, and the women agreed to do this. They don't know the full ramifications.
Yeah.
As we will find out.
Yeah, they signed up for a study. So, because the one lady's like, hey, can I go? I got a birthday party to go to. And they're like, no. You signed up for the study, now stay.
We also promised that all these women were promised that, like, their births would be C-sections.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So the one woman who's writhing in pain, she said she's promised a C-section, but the fact of the matter is she's, like, fully dilated.
Yeah, so the baby's like, it's coming. It's coming through.
And she's, like, scared, and she's, like, the Cosima ends up, because she's wearing, like, doctor scrubs.
Yeah, her disguise is she got some scrubs.
And she's all concerned about, well, she's not really concerned. She's, like, in there. She ends up getting to the room with the woman who's, like, you know, about to push
one out.
And this woman is like, and because he was like trying to comfort her, and this woman's just like, no, my mom told us it was wrong, and she was like freaking out.
Yeah.
And they got to just get this baby out, and then they do, and it's perfectly not fine.
Yeah, it's definitely not what you expect a baby to look like coming out of the womb.
I was like, you were so, because like, I didn't know, what were you expecting?
Oh, well, I was joking.
You were joking about that.
I was like, oh, it's going to be a giant bug. Just like, look, watch out. It's going to be one of those giant, like,
it'll kind of look like a bug.
Yeah, like, I guess I was expecting, because something about this show is, like, not afraid to show you, like, dead babies. And I was like, oh, shit.
The baby wasn't dead.
It looked almost like a dead baby. It was a freshly unwombed baby with the hole in the face. And it was like, whoa, whoa.
You yelled.
Just wasn't, yeah.
It was quite loud, guys.
Yes, because I wasn't expecting it. I was not expecting that. I guess, like, usually, okay, most shows that I watch, you do not say, like, a freshly birthed, gross-looking baby. And so, like, a little bit surprised about that. Also don't see freshly birthed babies with, like, large holes in their face.
I would say, like, how do you describe? So, like, then it's like Voldemort, but, like, not, because, like, it's a hole.
It's hole with it, like, kind of, like, in the nose area.
I didn't even see, like, I don't know if there was a mouth, even. I think it was,
like, took up, like, where, so there was, like, a definable mouth, but it also, like, went up, like,
I don't think there's pictures on here, and I don't really feel like looking it up.
Yeah.
But, so, yeah, kind of, like, had, like, half of his face was kind of, like, sunken in.
Yeah, but, like, also, if you're out there, and you were born without a nose or a giant hole in your face, this isn't against you. This is just a very surprising thing that I was not expecting.
I feel like those babies actually live very long?
Well, I mean, there's babies that are born with, like, a lot of facial differences, so, like, yeah, people are out
I know,
there.
but it looked like it didn't have, like, the thing with, like, a nose, and, like, I think you need, like, at least, like, the cavity so that, you know.
Yeah, but if you were born with any type of facial deformity, or I'm not sure if the word deformity is good to use, but any facial differences, it's all good.
It's all good. That one just kind of looked like one where...
But that was just very surprising to me.
It was surprising, and also...
Gotta put that out there.
To me, it looked like a deformity where, like, if you did it, like, that baby probably, because of, like, it looked like probably its breathing was going to be not great.
Yeah, there's like a 90% chance that baby's not going to make it.
Anyway.
Womp, womp. Oh, God. Okay. All right.
And then Susan comes by, and it's like, what's up?
Hey, I know who you are, and let's sit down.
I know who you are. Let's go. And they have a debate about ethics, because, you know.
That's what you do.
That there's long-term effects to all this. And this is where we bring up that, like, all the women are compensated. Because, like, again, because there's, like, this episode. Do you know the show The Blacklist?
I've heard of it.
There's an episode that's, like, I watched the first season from out. There's an episode that's, like, sort of similar with, like, not experimenting, but, like, making surrogate babies and, like, adopting babies, except the women were being kidnapped.
Oh.
And then put into, like, spoiler alert for this episode, they were put into comas and then just, like, laying there while they constantly have children.
Yikes.
So that's what I kept thinking in my head, and I'm like, oh no, but then, I mean, at least they're paid. Mm-hmm. And then they're talking, and, like, there is this, like, the thing of, like, so they don't know that they could birth what I just saw. Mm-hmm. And then Susan offers Cosima a choice, which is they want the original DNA.
Right.
Probably for Susan's case, because she wants to continue cloning. Yeah. But then also they can find a cure.
Right.
And then dun dun dun.
Because they want that research.
They do want the research. They want the original. Mm-hmm. And Cosima's like, well, we need a cure.
Yeah. Well, Susan's like, you want a cure, don't you? You don't want to die, right? And Cosima's like, oh, shit, I guess I don't. But, like, wow.
The end.
That's it.
So thoughts. Cailin, thoughts.
Well, I had a good chuckle. Some parts
You
of
had
this
several good
episode.
chuckles.
And I think, like, I'm very interested.
Oh, wait, I forgot something.
Oh, dial it back. We did it.
Because it has nothing to do with the clone, so I forgot. All right, so Ira's taking a swim. If you remember, he's the caster clone.
Ah! Yeah, sorry. I remember what you were going to say.
And then Susan's there. And, like, you were, like, concerned a bit, but I'm like, she's just going for a swim, and she's not in, like, a super, like, hot bath. She's in, like, she's in a good bathing suit.
I got a little, like, squicked at first. Not because I disapprove of older people going for a swim. I just, like, wasn't expecting it. And I was like, oh, God.
I thought you immediately assumed what was going to happen, and then you were like...
No, I didn't.
And then, no, but then they start making... And then Susan's, like, really close to a cure, and then she says, my love, and then they start making out.
Yeah, she's like, my love. Like, they're getting really close. I'm like, oh no, they're not gonna. And then she's like, my love, and I'm like, oh no. And then she starts making out with Ira, and I'm like, oh God, he's like the same age as your adopted child. That's messed up. I don't really. It's like, okay, I try not to be too judgy with age differences, but if you're dating somebody who's the same age as your child, maybe we should really evaluate that.
That's not my problem.
Maybe we should really evaluate that.
That's not my problem with it at all.
There's some other problems with that.
No, my biggest problem, because I remember seeing that, and I was kind of like, oh, okay, that's cool, whatever. And then I remember, like, Wikipediaing some stuff, and, like, under, like, Ira's description, it says Susan's adoptive son. So.
Yeah, it gets worse.
That was my thing.
It gets worse.
But, like, they seem a bit in love, and it's not like he's gonna sterilize her. Because menopause already did that.
Yeah, true. But also,
you can't control who you fall in love with.
Yeah, but you can take a good long look in the mirror and say,
all right, so that's
maybe
the end.
This is messed up.
That's the end of it. So, Cailin, thoughts, go.
I like this episode, I think.
You think?
Yeah, this episode went on for a while, but I think the Brightborn stuff is like really interesting. Like I'm just like super interested in it, so it was cool to like go and like learn more about it. I like Crystal in this episode because she's fun, but like she's trying to like solve her own mystery, but she doesn't quite know what she's doing, and so like I just like enjoy watching that kind of stuff. I didn't really care about the Sarah subplot. I just didn't really. I was like, oh okay. I wasn't like.
Was it because like she was clearly being a dick about it?
Yeah. So I like wasn't interested.
I kind of like the bits with her and Kira though. They were fun. It's just like the fact that like you know that the only reason she's doing this has nothing to do with anything else. It's just kind of like she doesn't want to share Felix.
Right. Yeah. So but yeah.
You want to take a break?
I think we should take a break.
All right. Stay tuned because then we're going to talk about episode 6, guys. Yay!
Yay.
All right, let's talk about episode 6, Cailin.
Let's do it.
You good?
No, but let's do it.
Cailin, I don't know why you're not good. It's not like all hope is lost.
We are very close to that.
We're very close to that?
We're just about there.
Really?
I'm trying to be hopeful and optimistic, but it just isn't working for me today.
Do you want to talk about this?
Let's just go into the
Do you want to talk about Crystal first? Because she kind of is like not fully in the plot a bit, and everybody else is.
Yeah, let's talk about Crystal.
Also, Allison and Helene are not in this episode. So,
oh yeah.
Crystal goes to the police station and Art spots her because she wants protection.
Yeah, because we didn't mention that when she was leaving the
she saw
Ira, and she's like, I know that face, and she's like freaked out. So she understandably would like some protection.
So she goes to the police station.
Yes.
And Art sees her, and Dooku almost sees her, but then Art kind of gets him away.
Yeah.
Isn't Dooku great in this?
He felt like weirdly more human this episode than he has in other episodes. Because in other episodes he was just weird and creepy, and I didn't like him. But this one, he had like some very like humanizing kind of moments in this episode, which is like really interesting.
Yeah, fuck him. Anyway.
Also fuck him. Yeah. Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. Back him.
Anyway, so then Art says, like, all right, you know what? I'll handle this. Let me help you. Let me help you out, and we'll interrogate her. But I've got some words to say. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Crystal's outfit.
Yes.
I've got so many problems with it.
Why do you have so many problems with it?
Because it's like one of those, like, track suits.
Yeah.
That, like, the only people who wear it are, like, me when I was, like, 10. Or, like, basic sluts.
Yeah.
Come on. I have so many problems with this. Like, it's just, come on. I hate it. I hate those. Like, I know I wore them a lot when I was, like, younger and, like, they're comfortable, but then you kind of get over it.
Well, like, that was the look in, like, the early 2000s.
We're in 2015.
Yeah, but that was... The look was the multicolored matching tracksuit. Everyone went to Limited 2, or you went to Justice, which...
That came from Victoria's Secret.
Did it?
That track outfit?
Oh, the track outfit, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but it was all
again, like I said, I wore them when I was, like, you know, young, when I was, like, 10.
Yeah, when
maybe
it was
like
fashionable in the early 2000s.
So why is she wearing it now?
It's comfortable. It's comfortable, and she needs protection.
Anyway, so Art still, it's like talking to her, and it's kind of like, well, what did I get myself into?
Yeah,
because it's like it's like we said, like she knows, but she doesn't know.
Yeah,
like she understands that like there's people doing bad stuff with like science stuff, but also she thinks it's all cosmetic related.
She thinks it's like this war going on with like all the cosmetic companies.
And then Art tells Sarah basically like, what do we do? And then Sarah's like, I'll send Felix over. So he sent Felix over, and he's like all Sherlock dressed out.
Yeah,
his coat and his hat. And I want one of those hats. I almost bought one, but then I didn't. When I was at the Sherlock Holmes Museum.
Oh really? They were probably really expensive.
It was like £50. I'm like, I'm not buying that.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
I was thinking of buying it for my dad, and then like my mom would kill me.
Probably not even good material too. Like at that price. I mean, it's like in a tour. That's a tourist shop.
I literally bought like a coffee table book of the show Sherlock.
Yeah.
And like one of those like Sherlock Holmes like music boxes that was like $5.
Oh, nice.
So, but that was fun. Anyway, also that museum's not that great, guys. Anyway, and so Felix comes in, and Crystal does freak out because like she remembers him, but it's like no, he's my police officer. He's from the Yard. What Yard? Scotland Yard. That's not even my favorite bit. My favorite bit's kind of like, oh no, he's an inspector from London.
He's an inspector from London.
I thought you said he was from Scotland. And it gets even better because like Felix trying to calm her down, but then she just pepper sprays him.
She's like, "Aren't you the guy who stole my wallet?" And he goes like,
"Oh yeah,
I did do that." It's so funny. Like, Art like trying to play along with all this bullshit, and it's so bad.
And then Felix gets pepper sprayed, and she's just like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry."
He gets maced.
Oh, poor Felix. Felix doesn't deserve this. And then they talk a bit. Crystal mentions the French doctor and Delphine Cormier, and then Crystal says, "I saw her get shot. I saw everything."
Oh yeah, and they were like, "Oh shit."
I mean, it sounds like we might find out what happened to her at the end of the episode. If you believe that or not, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. It's like, by like everything, it implies that there was more than just her getting shot. So you're like, what happened?
Want to get into sad stuff?
Oh boy, let's go for it.
All right, so I'm kind of going to go like back and forth because like, so Sarah and Cosima and Beth a bit are kind of, it's all really connected. So let's start. I'm going to do a little bit of Beth. So we see Beth in the blonde wig. And you're wondering where she's going, and she's going to like into a club. And she gets in because she had the ID, and then Susan and Evie are there, and they're talking and stuff. And Beth accidentally forces a waiter to spill some champagne onto Susan. Susan goes to clean it up, and then Beth comes in and points a gun at her head.
Yeah, she's not messing around. She's like, "Oh no, you are at the top of all this. We're gonna end it now."
But you know how this is gonna end. We didn't know how it was gonna end. You knew.
Well, I knew at the end of the day, in the present tense here, one of these people is dead and the other one is not.
Yes.
Spoiler: the person with the gun to their head was not the one who ended up dead.
I kind of want to go a bit more to this. So, like, Susan's kind of, like, talking and kind of, like, talking to Beth about saying, like, no, like, I love you, girls. Like, I just want, like, I love you girls. I'm like, I know your mother. She was really nice.
Right. It's something about her father, and you're like,
probably wasn't.
Yeah, it
And
sounds
so,
like
and I'm
maybe
sorry
he was
about
not
that.
great. Yeah.
But like, she's really devoted to this Project Lita thing, and like, you're kind of getting the idea that like the Lita and the diet and the caster and the cloning stuff is all one thing, and then like the maggot bots and the surrogacies and the babies are another thing.
Right.
So like, there's Dyad, I guess, Lita and caster, and then there's Brightborn.
Yeah.
But they're all Neolution.
Right. So, like, there's definitely factions of Neolution because, like, as Susan says, Neolution isn't, like, one thing. Like, if she goes, then somebody else is stepping up. Like, you can't just off it off with one person.
Yes. So there's that, and then you think that, and Beth tells Susan to close her eyes while she holds the gun at her head, and then she just walks away, and we will get back to that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's go to Sarah and Cosima, because they're basically working together in this episode a bit.
Basically.
Like, yeah, so they want to, so Cosima tells Sarah about the deal, which is they want Kendall's genome so that they can restart human cloning, which they don't really want, but they also want to work on a cure for Lita.
Right.
And also to get the, the Magabot out of Sarah's cheek.
Yes.
Which is also, a bit of an important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there is like the other thing, which I will get to, but they kind of need to tell Mrs. S.
Yeah.
Because they know she's not going to be okay with this.
Yeah, she's not. Yeah, nope. Because she's kind of protective of her ma.
To be fair.
She has a good reason.
Anyway, but Kendall's okay with it, though. It sounds like she wants to help out. She calls them her daughters.
Yeah. Like, yeah, they're her other daughters. And like, oh, and she does care about them, even though she's kind of a crusty bitch. She still loves them.
But so Kendall so they decided to like have Kendall try to convince Mrs. S and basically telling her about the cancer that she has. And because of that, actually, they can isolate the cancer cells. Right. So that they can only cure Lita. So they don't want to cure Castor, which like I kind of have a problem with.
Well, the thing with Castor is that like they have the like kind of like the weaponized like sterilization.
But if you cure them, wouldn't that be gone? Or you don't, or that not be gone?
The sterilization will still be there. They just want to clear the glitching.
Okay, but also,
but they have access to like what makes the thing. So, which is bad.
But but like the deal is they don't want to cure Castor. But like, here's the thing, because like all of the Castor clones are run by the military, and most of them are dead. Yeah. The only ones that are left are Ira and Mark.
Yeah. Well, we don't know what the fuck Mark's doing right
He's
now.
with Gracie.
Yeah, well, that.
And he already sterilized her.
Yeah, so they're all
So, like,
good.
I feel like it'd be fine to cure Mark, and Ira's, banging a 70-year-old, and he's not going to do anything wrong. Yeah. Like, let's just cure them. It's like, what are they going to do?
Well, if the wrong person gets a hold of that, and they want to start the cloning again, and they have that, it's gonna be bad.
I get that.
It's gonna be bad.
Nobody wants to start cloning anymore, though.
Do they? Do they?
We'll get to that. Do they? I'm not saying, whatever. So that's the big deal. They're not going to cure Catherine. Ira's a bit upset, as you would be. But Susan makes a deal because, like, well, I want the genome and I want Cosima. They also want Cosima's, like, research that she's done. And in return, they get the stuff. Susan's going to be there when they get all the samples and stuff. Sarah gets the bot out of her. It's a good day, okay? You know what? We're okay. So, shall we keep going?
Let's just go. Let's just do it.
All right. So while I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. Basically, we just get we do it at Felix's apartment. Kendall's there, Scott's there, Mrs. S is there, Susan's there, and they're just getting the samples. It's not right. Meanwhile, we get we learn a bit actually about the bot, which is like each bot is like specific for something. Right. Like with Leaky, it was to help like make sure she doesn't get Alzheimer's. Right. But with Sarah, they were trying to make her sick. Yeah, so they could isolate the gene that was causing everyone else to be sick. Yes. So, it wasn't really working, though. It wasn't working. But anyway, so we get it out. And, like, I would say this is, like, a nitpick, although, like, I don't really blame the show. But, like, the effect to, like, show the bot thing wasn't very good. Yeah. But I forgive it. I usually forgive, like, television shows, especially, like, if it's, like, you could tell, like, the show's not running on, like, a giant budget. Yeah. So, like, I forgive it. Yeah, it didn't need to have good CG necessarily, but it was definitely noticeable. But we got the bot out. Hooray. Yay! And Cosima, I don't know why Cosima was staying there, just to like talk to Evie about stuff, or she had to get the hard drive over. Yeah, technically, but she was gonna stay there until they got the genome, and then she was gonna go. Right. So that was a thing. And Sarah's walking back, and then they get all the stuff from Kendall, and then they're going to take Kendall away, her and her driver, and then somebody walks up with a knife.
And you're like, Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Not good. I think this is going somewhere. Maybe not so pleasant.
Nope. And then Sarah walks by, and she sees like a little pool of blood and some cigarettes. So Sarah walks in, and she walks in, and she's like, did you get all this all the stuff? And then Scott's like, yep. And then she gets bleach and just like destroys it all. And I'm just like, Sarah, why'd you do that? Especially especially what happens later. It was maybe a bit of a rash decision. Maybe that will come and bite us in the ass later. Let's see, Sarah. Maybe. But I think the problem, like, honestly, like, because like you don't want them to get it, but like I'm thinking like you could have just like taken it away.
Yeah, and plus if they have, like, pretty sure if, they took Kendall Malone, then they already have access to that anyway, so it would have been kind of a moot point.
Wait, what? Like, oh.
Because, they could have literally gotten, like, a blood sample in, like, 3.0 seconds, like, tick, 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 and, like, probably far easier, so there's no real reason to destroy it. Anyway, go on.
So he destroys it, and then they think Susan kidnapped Kendall. I'm kind of wondering, like, because, like, the thing is, like, Susan's like, why would I kidnap her and then be taken hostage?
Right.
But I think the other thing is, like, okay, well, why would I kidnap Kendall when I can just have her genetic material? But then it's kind of like, okay, what if this doesn't work and then we constantly have her?
Yeah.
So that's a thing.
Right.
Meanwhile, when Cosima gives over the Brightborn technology, not Brightborn technology, like her research,
right,
to Evie. She also quietly steals Sarah's Megabot.
Haha.
So that's the thing. And then her one assistant comes in and says Susan's gone dark. And then Cosima starts to get a call.
Mm-hmm.
And
they take her phone.
And you're just like, oh no.
Aw. Things are going south.
So then Sarah and Mrs. try to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And again, Susan's like, why would I do that?
Why would has zero idea what's going on.
She does. So, like, you're kind of wondering.
Yeah.
All right. And then they think maybe Ira betrayed them because there was, like a sort of, like shot of a glance of him. And you're like.
Yeah. And plus, like, earlier, he was like, he seemed a little pissed about the fact that they were going to save
Wouldn't you be pissed?
Yeah. He's like, basically, because they're going to, like, hang him out to dry.
Wouldn't you be pissed?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sarah and Benjamin decide to go and go to Ira's room and see, like, and try to get him because they think he betrayed them.
Yeah.
And then they get to the hotel room and he didn't. Well, he's ODing.
Yeah, he's ODing. Yep.
So it sounds like you probably didn't betray them because, like, why would you betray somebody and then kill yourself? Well,
yeah, it's like I'm doing this to save my life and then kill yourself. Doesn't really match up, does it, Mr. Ira?
Yeah. So then they have to figure out other stuff, and then they kind of, like, again, like, explain, like, that there is, like, the two branching things, and how certain people were probably a bit more interested in not cloning but other stuff,
right,
and kind of just want everything to be this certain stuff, like mainly the genome therapy and like that kind of thing. And who would that be? The engineer. Evie Cho.
Evie Cho.
So, were you surprised, even though I kind of said that earlier, that you might be a villain?
Oh, no, yeah, I was not surprised at all. Like, this bitch.
I think I remember, like, being surprised because, like, that she kind of turned into, like, the main kind of villain, like, you know?
Yeah, she's definitely taken a bigger role than I thought she would. I mean, I know she's going to be a bad guy, but, like, I thought she was going to be more of, like, the dragon than, like, the big bad. But here she is, being a pretty large-sized bad. So then they, and, like, what did you think her plan, was when, like, because obviously she's one to kidnap Kendall and, like, that whole thing. So what do you think the plan was? I don't really know.
You don't? I wasn't sure either because I'm like, don't you want cloning? And then she kind of explains, like, I don't, like, no, clones
She's like, no, fuck you, clones. Like, I have my own shit to deal with.
I have my own shit to deal with, and I don't want to, and, like, this cloning thing is just stupid. Like, not stupid, but, like, obsolete.
Yeah, it's pointless.
She calls them Betamaxes. And they don't need to leave the baseline because they have the bots. Which, by the way, the bots aren't helping that much, are they?
Yeah, no, bots aren't doing.
They're probably doing some stuff for some people,
probably, but like off screen. But we haven't seen them do anything
good.
Yeah, besides kill people.
And she just wants to make a better human and doesn't see the cloning as important. So she just wants it all, like, gone.
Yeah.
So we first see Scott call Sarah and basically says something got introduced in her system is deleting all of the data. So everything's gone. So there's that badness.
Womp, womp.
And then not only is so Scandal's there, but then also they have Cosima there. Did you think anything bad was going to happen to Cosima?
Yeah, there was like a half scene where it's like, oh, are they going to kill Cosima? I didn't think they were going to kill Cosima. I don't know. Like, it was definitely possible, but like, I was like, I don't think that's what we're going to do here.
So they're just going to destroy the original, they know all the stuff, they know all of her samples are destroyed.
Yeah.
The data's all gone. And we get to the sad part.
Oh, that was so sad. Yeah, let's go through it.
All right,
let's
so
walk it through.
Evie is a little bit nice.
Sort of.
And says you can say goodbye.
She lets her say
and
goodbye.
Duke goes there, by the way, and Duke goes being a bit nice, and that was like his kind of semi-human moment.
His like humanizing moment, yeah, because they're like, who are you? And basically he's like guy who's way over his head. So he's definitely not like, in this moment he doesn't seem like, he's like this evil mastermind kind of guy. He's just like, guess we're doing this already. And yeah, the way it's portrayed, I think, it was kind of a more humanizing moment, even though we still hate him.
But he just seems so okay with it, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Yeah. And we kind of, so I guess we'll get into the, we're going to go through this first, and we'll go back to Beth.
Yeah.
So, Cosima's like all distraught, and like they're letting us say goodbye, and then Kendall's like final words, which are so good. I love them to bits. And which is basically like, no tears. These shites don't deserve the salt. Tell Siobhan she's done good. I'm so proud of all of you. And then she says to Cosima, turn around, Duke, you're not going to see this. Cosima turns around, it's like unfocused, and Duke just shoots Kendall in the head.
Yeah, point blank.
And then burns it alive.
Yeah.
Not alive. Thank God. She was dead. So
she's dead, and they burn it all.
So Kendall, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Also, her driver's dead too.
Oh, yeah. That poor guy. He didn't deserve that.
No. So that's all destroyed. And Cosima's just like collapses to the ground. And like, what's else the worst that could happen? Oh, I know. We're going to tell her that the woman that she loved was shot and killed.
By the way, Dr. Cormier, she was shot. She's dead. All right,
and
bye.
See ya. She just breaks down.
It's like she just loses it. It's like, oh.
And then they leave her phone, and Cosima has to tell everybody.
Yeah. Oh.
And it's like really sad. And then let's go back to Beth for a bit.
Okay.
So
flashback.
After, because Beth kind of puts like. I like this because like she doesn't just like she doesn't like necessarily believe Susan's. She's not just believing Susan's words, but like the way that she's talking because she's a cop. So she like feeling wise, like all right, no, she's like she means this. So then she doesn't kill her, and then Evie's like she didn't kill Susan, and then Beth gets into the car and basically says like it's like yeah, Susan may be the head, but like she loves us, like she needs us,
right?
And Evie's like. And then realizes, like, Beth kind of realizes, you just want to take over.
Right.
Like, that kind of thing. And, like, I'm not going to help you with that. And
yeah.
Evie's like, all right, I'll find another way. But this is Beth, you know too much.
Basically, yeah. It's like you being alive is causing harm to everyone you know.
And they can hurt Allison, they can hurt Cosima, they can hurt your parents, they can hurt Paul, and that kind of thing. And then she says this line, which is, if you want to save the people you love, you should use that gun on yourself.
Yeah.
And then luckily after that, we kind of get these like flashbacks. It's after all the stuff with Kendall happens, Evie gets into the car, but then you get flashback to Beth of just Beth beating the shit out of her.
Yes. I was waiting for this whole episode. I was like, I hope somebody punches one of these people. I hope somebody punches her. I hope somebody punches them. I hope somebody punches them. And finally, Beth beats the shit out of her.
To be fair, though, look where we ended.
True. But it was a momentary satisfaction, and I appreciated it.
And then Duke comes by, and then they have pointed the guns at each other, and they don't want to kill each other.
He's like, I don't want to shoot a cop, and he's like, I don't want to either.
And then Beth leaves him. Kind of get the flashback from before where Beth has blood on her hands, and Mika comes by, and it's kind of like, what's going on? And then you're kind of seeing it again, but like hearing the words, use the gun on yourself. So, and then you're playing that back again, and he's like the final scene is like Beth walking to the train.
And we all know what happens then. And oh my god, it was so many emotions.
I'm kind of wondering because like I said, like I wasn't that interested in Beth, so I kind of just assumed that she was a clone who just like realized that her entire life was a lie, and she just couldn't handle it, and then that's why she killed herself. Like because she was on a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
So like, I kind of and like. Obviously, like, I think that was, you know, a factor as well, that, like, her whole life was a lie, and that's why she was on the drugs.
Right.
But then you find out this other angle of, like...
Yeah, how much she really found out.
So, like, I wasn't sure how I felt about it when I first watched it. I don't think I was, like, super okay with it when I first watched it, but but, like, now I'm kind of okay with it.
Yeah, I've always kind of been interested in Beth's story, because it always felt like there was more that we didn't know, and I feel like now we finally know everything that she knew, and, like, I'm pretty satisfied with, like, how it... Well, like... I'm still a little sad that she died, because the more I get to know about it, you're like, I would really like to see her around, but she's dead. She died the first 5 minutes of the show. So, but like, yeah. So I've always been kind of interested in Beth's story. I like wanted to know more about her. So like, I really like how like this whole thing kind of wrapped up. So I'm pretty satisfied with how that, you know, kind of subplot went.
Yeah. Also, like if you think about it, if you remember season 1 when Sarah was confronting Helena the first time. And because, like, I think part of it's also, like, oh, like, she shot this, like Beth shot this woman, and that might have also factored into why she committed suicide. And then Helena says, like, oh, yeah, like, Maggie Chen was, like, hunting you down. And then Sarah says, Beth, like, shot her to protect us and, like, always protecting you guys. So, like, she literally died protecting the people that she loved.
Yeah, in just ways that people didn't realize.
Oh, R.I.P. Beth. Oh. Anyway, other stuff that happened when this episode that we already discussed, including... all hope being lost. Cailin, how are you doing?
All right, okay, let's reevaluate this. We got all genetic material is away.
All of it gone.
Either bleached or burned. Okay, fantastic, fabulous. And then we got all the research that has been done.
For 3 months. 3 months of...
3 months of research. It wiped. After they clearly said, like, this is the farthest anyone's really gotten. It's all gone. It's all wiped. It's all gone. And then, yep, they got people dead, like, people shot, and what the... Yeah, it's, we're not in a great position.
Well, quilts are obsolete.
Apparently, the fucking Betamax. So
how are you feeling on Evie right now?
Not a fan. I don't think I like her that much. She really hasn't done anything, good for me personally. And, I would not like to continue this relationship.
How do you like her as a villain? You're not sure yet? I mean,
I'm definitely not sure yet.
All right.
Because, like, I feel like she hasn't really come into her own yet. Like, she's somebody that we've seen, and we know that she kind of wants a shot at the top, but we haven't. And she's done some, like, messed up stuff, but I feel like she hasn't come into her own yet. So I'm curious to see where this is going, and I don't mind her as a villain. I think she's got more to do before, like, she really stands out.
I think the one thing that I do like about her, one, I like the actress. She's very good. The other thing is just like her setup, like the way she talks. She's kind of a stone cold bitch.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. I was kind of thinking about it, like when we first started the season, and I said when she came on, I'm like, oh, my name is Kuvira. Can you like...
Yeah, I like an idea. Yeah.
I think it's a bit better though, because like she's so in the background that like you kind of don't fully expect it, because like even rewatching this, I'm like, oh, I could totally buy like Susan's the main villain and Evie's kind of like her assistant.
Yeah.
But like, and I knew what was going to happen, so like it's kind of a slower build up too.
Right.
I mean, obviously, like they're 2 different shows, but like with Kavir, it's kind of like, nope, here's the villain.
Well, it was so funny because like. Well, no, Kavir was in the background for a little bit, like background.
But like, at least like Evie like did some like a little bit of like did like more.
But Evie was always associated with the bad people.
Yeah, she was always associated with the bad people.
So you knew that she was bad, but we didn't know like how big of a bad she would be.
Yes.
So it's different. It's definitely different. But yeah, so.
All right, so that's the end of those episodes, and Cailin's not okay.
Boy, howdy.
She needs
I need like 3 bottles of wine, just straight up.
You do.
Yeah. Also, alcoholism is bad. Don't do it, kids. Anyway.
We're adults, though.
We're adults of legal age.
Yes. Do you have a comment corner thing?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the last comments we left off on.
Who knows? Guys, comment. What did you guys think of our live show? I just got really happy about something, but I'm going to watch it later.
Oh, I have 3 comments here. We're going to read them all.
Okay.
All right. I have a couple comments from Eddie Emmy, who's always commenting on our stuff. Thank you so much. We always appreciate seeing you. Stop by. Season 4 is a lot of people's favorites. and I know when we first started season 4, I was like, I don't know how to feel, like, because of like where we're at in the series, like if this is going to be good, if it's going to be bad, but I really love the premiere. So it's good to know that season 4 is a lot of people's favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And then another one I mentioned previously, Orphan Black was first conceived as a movie. We talked about this before, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm of the opinion seasons 1, 4, and some of 5 is where much of the original story was, the illusion. That makes sense to me.
Without spoiling 5 at all, I agree.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just take your word for it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that, like if you isolate just the Neolution plots, that I mean, it's way more kind of streamlined than
because kind of like
the other stuff, like the Prolethean.
Well,
Castor.
1 was like the setup, and then 2 was Dia, 3 was Castor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and then Michaela Diaz is always commenting. Always love to see you. I love reactions, girls. I can't wait to see your other reactions. This season is my favorite. All right. Well, I hope this season will be my favorite too. But right now, I think I'm too emotionally compromised to make.
But do you like it? It's
decision.
like but like the episode.
I do.
All right. Well, that's the end of the episode.
Alrighty.
All right. So, if you're listening to us on YouTube, thank you for that. You can subscribe and comment and like the video and turn on notifications. We did get past 350, which is nice, and we were at 370 for a bit and kind of went down. We got a 69 though.
Yeah, 369. Nice.
Anyway, so
please make it go up.
So we're on. Yeah, we're on.
If we had 69 subscribers, that would be a lot of subscribers.
6,969.
Yeah, double 69 would be great. I think that's a goal that we should strive for. So, subscribe to help us meet that goal.
Subscribe to Witty Clothes Productions on YouTube. We are on iTunes.
Yes, we are.
At Witty Clothes Productions. So please subscribe there and like us and comment.
Yeah, review, rate us. It's going to be great. And then you can take our episodes to go. So, like, why wouldn't you want to do that?
Yep. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/Witty Clothes Productions. So like us there, leave a comment, whatever. We're on Twitter at Witty Clothes. You can follow us there, tweet us, retweet stuff.
Yeah.
We have a Patreon, guys, if you want to donate money so that we can continue doing this and give you exclusive content and create more fun stuff.
Yeah, all that special stuff.
Should we talk about the website? I mean, we haven't done much work.
We have a website. It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. I was going to work on a forum thing, although life's gotten in the way a bit.
Sometimes life happens.
But if you guys have any ideas for, I had an idea for a forum. I'm just going to say this, where we have, a first reaction and a fan reaction forum. So whatever show we're doing, what you guys can discuss what the show's about. Mm-hmm. And then, whoever the fan will come in and talk about it. And the first person can, if people are watching it for the first time, can also, express their feelings.
Yeah.
And that person will come in. So hopefully that'll get built up. If you guys like that idea, if you have any other ideas, let us know.
Yeah,
anywhere.
We love that feedback.
Also, we have an email, wittyclothes@gmail.com. So give us our feedback there for now. And maybe we'll set up something better with the website later.
Eventually.
Guys, a work in progress, but we love it.
We are always a work in progress.
And so that's it for this episode. Next time we'll be discussing at episode 7, the anti-socialism of sex. And okay, that'll be fun.
Okay.
And episode 8, the redesign of natural objects.
Ooh.
Are you concerned?
Always concerned.
All right. So that's it for this episode. I'm Dara Whitman.
I'm Cailin Clothier.
Peace.